Schalk Burger, Juicy J, win World Player of the Year in 2004. In his first full year as international, his first year as a proper starter. When you think of Schalk Burger, Juicy, I mean, what a career, what a man. I mean, he speaks about like Rusty's coaching probably overshadows the player. Now I think people use insights and he gives a SuperSport as a pundit. People forget actually what a phenomenal rugby player he was.
And he doesn't look how he speaks.
You know, Schalk, when I look at our nominees today, and I'm like, yo, when I get a player, when we talk about just literal playing ability, like, and even the way that he played, you know, he was very smart, but things he knew where to put his energies. Do you understand? Like, that's why he had so many line breaks. I think it was someone that was like really looking forward to dealing with player-on-player content, but he knew where the weak shoulders are and where to put his energy at. You know, not as much as his playing ability speaks more for himself, but you also literally forget how clever this guy was as well. You know, he was very technically sound as well. I think, and also he's inspired so many other, you know, players that came after him. You know, I think Usia speaks highly of him and how, you know, when Sia was kind of like coming up, you know, to be a professional rugby player, how well he would look up to Schalk and, you know, envision himself playing in the same manner. So yeah, you know.
And Ricky, I mean, with Schalk, it feels like he's had two careers. You know, we remember the Schalk, the crazy, all over the place with no regard for his body. I mean,
a reckless intensity.
100%. And I feel people underestimate, for me, his 2004 World Player of the Year win. I mean, that's going over there with Richie McCaw. The likes of Dan Carter are in the mix. There were Driscolls there in their peak. And this 21-year-old comes there.
George Smith.
George Smith. Especially the Tri-Nations. I mean,
think about the loose forwards that he had to beat. I mean, there's still Jerry Collins was still playing.
Yeah. Wow.
The Jerome Kinders was still playing.
The Neil Backs, if you look at... I mean, that's... People forget that Schalk. I mean, just reckless. I don't think he liked his body, the way he threw into contact. But I mean, that first of his career, Ricky, I mean, he was floating at different levels.
Yeah, and we speak about that reckless intensity. I think the one element of Schalk that where you sort of as a coach sometimes think, do I pick him now or not, is he pushed the boundaries with a lot of penalties that he gave away within a game. But then you ask yourself, do I want someone that's going to play safe and not give me 100% intensity when it comes to securing the ball, or I'm going to pick someone that's going to give everything out there, leave his body out there on the line? And I mean, fast forward even a couple of years when we thought that Schalk was not going to play rugby again, when he had that neck surgery, the meningitis that he had, it was. I don't know, I'm not a medical doctor, but I sometimes think that it could have been a build-up of that earlier years to how this guy approached the game of rugby. Because he really, at 21 years old, I was fighting to make the under-21 Western Province team. This guy is competing, like you said, with Jerry Collins.
He's the best player in the world at 21.
Best player in the world. So I think that is one element, and maybe I'm giving away my pick already for today, but you want someone that's going to leave everything out there on that field. And that is the incredible Schalk, like they called in the newspaper articles, headlines, when he came in this scene. Very Peter Steph-like as well. They look sort of similar with their bald head, his cut, that short hair. So, yeah, I think he's definitely a person you want in your team.
I mean, we look at the clip of Schalk here on his debut, that we probably ran on here. We didn't know that in about a year's time he's going to be the best player in the world. I mean,
played Big Joe, eh?
Yeah, it played SM21 early in the year. Just casual goes to another World Cup in the same year, replacing Big Joe.
Booze.
Wow.
Weak shoulder.
I mean, so you played in 2002, the under-21s that won the World Cup with Jake White. And then you were there in Camp Staldred when he was 19 years old, and he had to shave his hair. I mean, probably one of the worst times of his life, like having to cut his hair. He had to box against one of his heroes, Connie Krieger. It was a tough time for Schalk. He didn't celebrate much there because we were not allowed to go out. So he had to go to his dad across the hotel. What a person, first of all. You know, that's one thing that you find about this young man, is that no matter how much and everyone was sort of putting around him at that time and everyone talking about Schalk being number one, highly intensive, like competitive. He's just so competitive. Like Schalk used to jump in. I felt sorry for the young players because they all see Schalk just sitting around having coffee whilst at the Stormers, but not knowing that guy woke up at 4 a.m. He was running up the mountain. He had an engine into it. He worked hard. He was fit as anyone in the game.
Weight is the only issue.
He didn't do the weights because he didn't need it. I mean, the guy's got big bone. I mean, there's things that Schalk just can't do. Schalk. No technique when it comes to tackles. I mean, I played centre at the Stormers, and the only thing that used to really irk me was the fact that he used to steal my tackles. He used to fly across everywhere. You know what I mean? But that's the type of guy that you have in your team, because what it does then, it frees you up to be more effective in another space. But before the game, Schalk is kicking his Dory burgers. That's what he used to call them. He's kicking his left-footed. He is chilled as anything. He comes back, jumps over that white line, shakes his head, just a little jaw, and then the next thing, you can't stop him from having a go at everyone in that team. So to me, the person that he is, the brain that he has, the way that he had to change his game to start now using his skill set, because he's got such a great skill set and a feel for the rugby. That's what you hope all rugby players understand, that as a player, you have to redevelop and reinvent yourself as your career gets on with it.
And Bob, speak about Schalk stealing his tackles. We were the striders, the youngsters, running against them. Being tackled by these guys, and it's supposed to be...
Not fun.
It's supposed to be shoulder check.
There is no shoulder check in rugby.
My goodness.
There is no shoulder check in rugby. We made sure that everyone understands. There is no shoulder check. As 19-year-olds, we're going up against these guys. But again, that's the standard you set.
There we go.
We needed to change that Stormers culture.
You know, you look at Bo's mentions, like the skill set. The Schalk, when he came back from that horrific injury, we almost lost his life, but also like he wins Laureate Sports, come back off there. But you see, he comes back from, we know this guy throwing his body around to, now he's popping up on the first channel. Now he's offloading. I remember a game he played against the Barbarians where I'm like, this can't be the same Schalk Burger that those from when you grew up. because then, like now he comes all of a sudden like fantastic hands. Like link up play, and to the point where we're like, no, Schalk, don't hit rucks, please. We want to see you with ball in hand.
It was a better 10 or something.
It happens, as we've mentioned that, you have to sort of like be able to change your game up a little bit, because now a lot of people, because now we get into points where we analyze people and how they play. You want to become predictable. You understand? So, like, obviously now everyone obviously knows, okay, if he has the ball, under quapping, one direction. So sometimes you're very predictable, and it's easy for us to defend you. But now if you have an Arsenal where I don't know whether you're going to come at me or you're just going to throw me and then pass. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, man, that speaks also on his intelligence, on knowing when to okay, also that thing takes a bit of maturity, because as a massive ball carrier, each carry you make about 5 to 10 meters. It takes a bit of that maturity to say, Andon, look what's happening now, assess what's happening. Awareness. And as I play with Ebola, do you understand? So,
or just being selfless. Just understanding it's not about you, it's about the team.
One of the most underrated parts of Schalk Burger's career is his stint at the Saracens.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. But